This video is for educational and documentary purposes only. It discusses real criminal cases and failures within the justice system in a factual, non-sensational way. We do not encourage or promote any harmful behavior. Viewer discretion is advised. In 2022, South Africa was told that one of its most notorious criminals had died in a fire inside a high-security prison. Officials confirmed it. Reports were filed. The case seemed closed. But months later, investigators uncovered something unbelievable. The man was still alive. This is the true story behind the Netflix documentary, Beauty and the Bester, and it reveals how a massive prison failure sent shockwaves across an entire nation. So, who was Thabo Bester? Back in 2012, he was convicted of several serious crimes, including violent offenses he committed using online deception. He was handed a life sentence and sent to Mangaung Correctional Center, a privately run, maximum security prison designed to hold the most high-risk offenders. At the time, the public believed Bester was locked away for good, no longer a threat to society. However, what happened next would expose serious weaknesses in the system's oversight and accountability. It all started in May 2022. Prison authorities reported an emergency inside Bester's cell. A fire had broken out. When it was extinguished, a body was discovered. Officials quickly announced that Thabo Bester had died in the blaze. The case was closed, and most people accepted the official story. But some independent journalists and experts weren't convinced. They started asking questions, pointing out the lack of transparency surrounding the incident and the unusual speed with which the matter was concluded. As public scrutiny grew, forensic reviews started to reveal major inconsistencies. The physical details of the body found in the cell didn't match Thabo Bester's official records. It seemed that procedures had been rushed and key steps were overlooked. And then came the bombshell. DNA analysis confirmed the truth. The person who died in that cell was not Thabo Bester. This discovery changed everything. Suddenly, authorities were facing a much more serious question. How did a convicted murderer disappear from a secure facility without anyone noticing? The investigation soon turned its focus to Dr. Nandifa Megadumana, a medical professional who had a personal relationship with Bester. Investigators allege that she played a crucial role in helping him after his escape, providing things like logistical support and access to resources. The documentary presents this not as some dramatic love story, but as a real-world case study in how personal relationships can be exploited to bypass security safeguards. It's important to remember that all these allegations are still subject to the legal process. While authorities believed Bester was dead, he was living openly, hiding in plain sight under a false identity. According to investigators, during this time, he was involved in identity misuse and financial deception. The fact that he could do this for so long raised serious concerns about border control, identity verification systems, and the lack of communication between different government agencies. It was a complete systemic breakdown that allowed a dangerous fugitive to move around freely. Finally, in April 2023, after an international manhunt, cooperation between different countries led to the arrest of Thabo Bester and Dr. Megadumana in Tanzania. They were both extradited and returned to South Africa to face the justice system once again. Bester was placed back into high-security custody, and multiple, high-level investigations were launched to figure out exactly how this impossible escape happened and who was responsible. The documentary Beauty and the Bester isn't really about the man himself, it's about the system that failed. It shines a bright light on critical issues like oversight failures in private prisons, the lack of institutional accountability, and the vital importance of independent journalism in uncovering the truth. It shows how complex systems, no matter how secure they seem, can be manipulated if there aren't proper checks and balances in place. The film encourages all of us to ask difficult but necessary questions about the institutions we trust to keep us safe. Ultimately, this case is a powerful reminder that justice systems must always remain transparent, accountable, and open to constant review. The story of Beauty and the Bester is not meant to glorify wrongdoing or crime. Instead, its purpose is to help us understand how these kinds of failures occur, so we can learn from them and prevent them from happening in the future. At the end of the day, education, awareness, and accountability are our strongest tools against systemic breakdowns. Thank you for watching. If you found this breakdown insightful, please like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into important stories. Stay curious and stay informed.